Simply Scuba presents the Deco Stop podcast.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deco Stop podcast from Simply Scuba, the UK's, no, the world, guys, most favourite online diving retailer. I'm your host Sean, and as you can see, I am absolutely by myself. So last week we did mention that just before we filmed Deco Stop that there might be some changes afoot due to COVID-19. And we're actually all now filming from home. So you've probably by now seen the difference in quality in our videos. That's because we're all separate, we're all at home, and we're just doing what we can, basically. So yeah, there's going to be, for the foreseeable future, there will be some slight difference in quality, especially in audio and video. But we are trying to keep and stick to the usual schedule and the usual videos that go out. So do bear with us on that. Anyway, today's episode is sponsored. We do have a sponsor, and it's our very own Teespring store. So that's our own store that sells all types of things, all types of scuba diving apparel, t-shirts, I do believe stickers, mugs, tote bags. So, as far as I'm aware, and as far as I'm recording, they haven't been too badly affected by COVID-19 or the coronavirus. So, feel free to go and shop on there. But I'll talk more about Teesprings, our Teespring store, later on. And just before we go into the today's news and topic, today's topic is going to be how you can help the scuba diving industry in this time, this very hard time. So, everyone in the world is affected by obviously what is going on right now, not just scuba diving, but I want to talk briefly and loosely about what we can do as society, as scuba divers. Even though I'm partly a scuba diver, I'm in the club, but I don't actually get wet. Not yet, anyway. But yeah, I'm going to talk about how we can help keep everything afloat, should we say? And then with that in mind, obviously there are a lot of people that are in quarantine or are working from home, like myself. So what I want to do there is just talk about my favourite YouTubers, what people, what videos you guys can watch. And how to help them out as well. What else do I have on the list? Yeah, and that's about it. And also as well, because it is myself, I'm not a super qualified diver, so there are going to be no questions this week because, to be honest with you, I probably could answer them, but, I'd rather have an expert, Mark or Greg, look over them and, give it a proper answer to the question. So anyway, with that, let's get straight into the news. So a couple of days ago, or this week definitely, we released a DSN, or should I say I released a DSN video which was which was all about distance diving. Now this obviously did not upset some people, but some people were a bit concerned that this was encouraging people to go scuba diving. Now this video went live before, literally just after Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, and the UK government announced that obviously everything was pretty much on lockdown. The reason why a lot of people were upset with the fact that we kept it open and we kept it up. Now the reason behind that is because not everywhere in the world actually has a lockdown. So in order for us to keep that information fresh, even though yes we are UK based, the videos and our channel gets watched all over the world. So even though the rules didn't apply in the UK, they certainly could apply to somewhere else in the world. So that's the main reason why I didn't take the video down, because it's such an important message to get across. And again, there are comments in there with people saying, well, actually, no, I can still dive in my area. We are not yet on a lockdown, and this information was handy. Also, as well, in the UK, we are in a lockdown, but it's only for the foreseeable 3 weeks. So after that 3 weeks, hopefully certain things might open up again, and you can go diving, hopefully, fingers crossed, which means as well, social distance diving is, it needs to be hot there as well. So again, that's why I left that video up there. So we weren't ignoring you. We weren't ignoring your comments or anything on that. It's just that's where we wanted to go with it. So although, yes, the UK government locked us down, there are many people that watch our channel that are all from over the world that can go diving in their local diving scene. So yeah, it was just advice for them as well. So that's why I kept that up. So fish are now starting to feel the heat. So there's new research has been found out that there are some types of fish that are better coping with heat waves. New research has found out. The research was obviously triggered by coral bleaching way back in 2016. And from how, they wanted to figure out how fish potentially can survive, why some species can survive. And why some species don't survive. So this new research has basically said and found out that the reason why a lot of fish survive in heat waves is due to the protein and their DNA structure. So they can adapt to the heat wave, which is pretty cool. And I think they're obviously still ongoing into the research, but it just means that potentially if coral bleaching does happen, they might be able to move, if they can, species into it to again keep the coral alive and just to adapt it to the warmer climate. So they might be able to look at specific fish species and go and move them to a certain area where coral bleaching has been really, really affected, and they actually might be able to regrow it or, bring new life into something that was dying. So that's really, really cool. That's a really cool story. I haven't really done it too much justice. I'm just kind of going to go over the news today. So that article is over on divernet.com. So if you want a bit more of an in-depth look into it, as well as looking at the study papers, just go over to divernet.com, hit that news section, and then the story will be there. Again, this next one is from divernet.com. So the world's smallest whale, can actually disperse over 100 square meters of ink. So it's got a pouch in it, very much like a squid. When it gets into panic, it can release this ink and it just gets spread everywhere. Now, this has been known for a while, but there's never been a recorded, effect or a recorded, video, should I say, or evidence of this actual micro whale doing it. And when I mean micro whale, the biggest it can grow is around about 3 meters, but it is a part of the whale family. Anyway, thanks to social media, basically this whale has now been captured. Footage has been captured of this whale dispersing the ink. Sadly, though, the whale itself was in distress. It went into shallow waters and it did die, but there's now video evidence of them dispersing this ink, which is actually really, really cool. Researchers hadn't had much data on it as well. They've only found it out, or they've only found footage kind of dead whale with the ink pouch. They've never really seen it in action, but now they have, and now they have the footage, which is really, really cool. Again, that full article is over on divernet.com. So go over there and take a look at that. So it's pretty cool. The only other real stories that are live at the moment are obviously all about COVID-19. People getting trapped. Obviously, they're going abroad, they're getting trapped, and just general horrible news. And that's kind of where the topic kind of ties in. So I'm going to jump straight into the topic now. So. No, not the topic, sorry, the news and the just general info about how COVID-19 is affecting us, Simply Scuba, and obviously the Simply Group as a company. So the website, simplyscuba.com, click the link in the description, is still active. We are working on minimal staff in the warehouse, but so orders might be a little bit slower than normal, but we are actively staying open and obviously being safe as much as we can. We are really on skeleton staff in the warehouse. Everyone else is working from home. Again, hence why you've got this podcast and this YouTube video pretty much in one of my spare bedrooms at home. So yeah, we just keep an eye on that, So if you are ordering anything, and greatly appreciated that you are, you're still shopping around, again, things might take time. Again, to be fair, they should be all right, but, just for you're aware. And if you want any updates on Corona and how it's affecting our business, if you go to simplyscuba.com, there's a red bar on top of the website. Click on that, and that tells you all the information on, how the company is responding to COVID-19. As I say, 99.9% of us are now officially working from home with, direct uplinks, and then it's just a very minimal skeleton warehouse staff that are obviously picking and shipping your orders. And again, if you're worried about warranties or anything like that, sending stuff back, just click on that link that's on the top of our website. It's a big red bar red band, and then that will give you all the information that you need to know. Anything else? Obviously, the shop itself at Faversham is closed for the foreseeable future. This is mainly due to obviously the government regulations. They want to try and reduce the pandemic as much as possible to help save the NHS, or so that big spike doesn't happen. So our dive store is closed for the foreseeable, definitely for the next 3 weeks. But after that, and again, I will let you girls and guys know afterwards, we do plan to have a restriction in the shop. So if you want to come to the Simply Scuba shop or the Simply Hike, or you want to look at swim or beachwear, all you have to do is phone up our customer service and you can book a slot. We just want to make sure that our staff are safe, and obviously you guys as customers are safe as well. So book a slot, you can come in, and then you basically have free reign of the shop and to try anything and everything out, whether that's hike, swim, beach or scuba. As I say, it's all on there on location, but I will let you know when the shop is back up and running. What else is on there? So obviously again, we are working from home. So Mark is back from Australia. He is nice and safe. If you're listening to this, Mark, welcome home. So we are going to basically, like I've been saying, we're going to strive to continue to maintain the schedule as possible. So you will see daily scuba news is going out. Obviously, Mark's going to film some. I myself are filming some, so the quality will be different. The settings are going to be completely different. But if you are watching YouTube anyway, you're a general YouTuber, you know exactly why and how things are going. Like you watch a YouTube channel and their entire scenes are completely different anyway. So let me just sorry about that. So just keep an eye out on that. As I said, Mark is back. We are going to try and maintain it and maintain the schedule. So Daily Scuba News will be going live. We're going to try Deco Stop, continue that. Obviously, I know I'm single man in it this week. Next week though, I will assure you that Mark will be back. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get that all sorted. As I say, scuba advice will go forward. Obviously, we're not going to be able to do any new in or like top 5 products at the moment. Potentially, I mean, we can do. It all depends on what we can, figure out what we can film at home. So it might be more advice based on what to buy and general scuba advice or advice that Mark has, as well as the Friday feature. Now, there is going to be no voting on that anymore for the time being. It's just so that we can kind of have a bit more control with what's going on. So the Friday feature will still exist. It will still go up. It's just that you guys won't know what you're getting until it goes live on Friday at 2, which I think is pretty cool. It's a bit of element of surprise there. So that's pretty much that. Yeah. Also as well, I have created a quarantine playlist. So if you are stuck at home, if you are working from home, there is a quarantine playlist that is pinned down in the comments below on YouTube. And again, if you're listening to this, just head over to our YouTube channel and then you'll find it there in this video, or just click playlists and it'll be at the top. So if you are stuck at home, you're a bit bored, or if you are working from home but you need something just on the background playing, I have created a quarantine playlist, and that has a load of our videos. So when you're on there, make sure that you hit the shuffle or random button on the playlist, and then you'll get all sorts of videos. As I say, this channel is well over 10 years old, and I think we've done over 3,000 videos. I've not added, obviously, all 3,000 in there, but there's videos from Friday Feature, some advice, Weird Wednesday, Scuba Tube, when we used to do live webcam shows. That sounds a bit dodgy, but it's not. They're all in there. And as I say, just hit that random button and then, just press play and then have a go. And I do aim to update them maybe once or twice a week. So just double check onto that. I think there's around about 30 videos in there at the moment. But so as I say, it's pinned down in the comments below. Check that out. That's quite fun. You might like that. That's pretty much it, So the quarantine playlist, just go on there. There's a lot of videos where Mark and myself look rather young. So anyway, today's topic about this podcast is about what you can do to keep scuba diving afloat in such bad times. So the best thing that you can do, obviously in the shops, the physical diving shops will be closed, but if they have an online store or if they have any online retailers, purchase stuff from them. Even though things are, they're quieting down all over the place, still purchase some little bits. I know you might not be going on holiday, but, buy some little things, maybe some defog, some new straps, maybe a new mask. If we all go together and we all buy little bits of items, little keepsakes or whatever, little just general things from each scuba diving retailer or online store, it will help them keep them afloat. If we all do it, we all chip in, it might only be a couple of quid, but it will, certainly help out the business. And again, at the moment, you can't obviously physically go to the dive store. They will all be shut up. But as soon as they open, go for a visit, book a try dive, book anything. Just go and make a nice small purchase. Or again, if they have online facilities, go on there, make a purchase and get it shipped to you. As I say, that we need to share the love there when possible. So yeah, just as I say, just go online and, buy something. As I say, even though you're not doing a trip, you don't need anything massive. You don't want new rebreathers. Or go for it, buy a new rebreather. But, even if something's cancelled or something, yeah, a bit of defog, bit of a new mask, some straps, maybe some new straps for your fins. Just little bits like that can really help a local dive centre keep afloat in these hard times. So yeah, make little purchases when possible, or if possible. Again, if you don't want to make any purchases, what you can do is, if your favourite dive site or your local dive centre has a website, if they have a blog, just go on there, read the blogs, share the blogs amongst your scuba diving friends. And if they've got adverts, that's actually a big win, because what they can do is, if you go on the blog, they have adverts, click on that, and then what that does is that gives an additional revenue to that company. So click on the ad, do a bit of browsing, share it, and then they will see an increase in money or monetization via the blog. So yeah, really go on the blog, read it up, and again, just share everything again, because we're all going to be in quarantine, we're all going to be staying at home. So the more articles we share, the more love that we can give to the diving industry, and of course to your local dive centre. So really do that. What else have I got on my list? This tablet really likes to shut off. So yeah, actually that's a good thing. Again, if your scuba diving YouTube channel, your scuba diver, your scuba diving centre has a YouTube channel, or your YouTuber himself, if you've got lots of scuba diving, if you watch YouTube, a lot of scuba diving YouTubes. I totally lost my words there, but I'm going to carry on. Basically, don't skip the adverts, because a lot of travel and tourism areas or places and companies have now pulled their adverts from YouTube. Monetization has literally halved in price. So if you've got like Divers Ready or anything like that, even 50 feet below, those guys there, they potentially might rely on adverts, or it's an additional income that's probably halved in revenue. So don't skip the adverts. Just play them through, so then we can all get the max ad revenue, or also they can. And again, it helps whether doesn't matter whether it's a company that you like or whether it's, an individual. Make sure you don't skip the ads. Again, if they have Teesprings, hop on their Teesprings account, make a purchase there, or even just showing a bit of activity on the channel, or on their website, it will mean that people are looking at their stuff. So really do that. Again, watch a load of backlog of their videos, share their videos all on social media. Where we can help, we need to start helping smaller, and to be fair, all scuba diving individuals and scuba diving companies. So yeah, just share the blogs, share their videos, click on the ads. Yeah, let's just help each other out. As I say, if we all do these little things, then hopefully, we'll see a big, it just will hopefully keep everything afloat. So it's just thinking about additional revenue and income for these channels and for these companies. So really do that. What else have I got on my list? Right. So again, this isn't to do with, it's to do with diving, but if you are going on a diving holiday in the later future, or late 2020, early 2021, if you can, don't cancel your holiday. try and reschedule as well as you can. Because if everyone cancels their holiday, that could seriously affect the liveaboard, the people that obviously that help run the industry or run the trip that you're going on. So at all times, if you can, just please try to reschedule the holiday. So then they get to keep their money, they still get to keep afloat. And then also as well, once this all blows over, you get to go diving, and then that's going to have more add-on effect further down the line, you know. So hopefully when this dies down, there should be a massive boom of people going scuba diving again. And because people have withheld or they haven't cancelled their trips, that means that the companies hopefully that they're with will be able to stay afloat and then, open up their doors once again. Obviously, money's going to be tight for everyone right now. No one's working, and, you know, depending on the industry and what you're doing. So if you have to cancel because of monetary reasons, you've got to cancel. But if you can, hold it off for as long as possible and reschedule with the diving industry and the diving, you know, the people, the holiday trade that you're going with. Try and do so. You know, the more people that cancel, the less likely that diving agency, that diving crew are going to be there in the future. Okay, so in a nutshell, what you can do to help your local dive centre, your online retailer, is if you can and when you can, visit their store and buy something, you know, small. Doesn't have to be massive, but a purchase is a purchase. Obviously, if everything's on lockdown like it is here in the UK, their website should still be open. So go to the website, make a couple of purchases on there, and then go from there. You know, that shows them the love that way. As I say, if you're not going on a big trip, you're not going to want to spend loads of money, but, you know, defog and stuff like that, a new mask, treat yourself, new straps, it all helps. And also as well, if they have additional revenue. So again, like I said, they've got a blog space. If they do blogs and there are adverts on that blogs, click on those adverts, help them get some revenue from that. And also as well, if it is an individual and they have affiliate links, click on those links as well. So, you know, like Girls That Scuba, they have affiliate link with us here at Simply Scuba. If you want Girls That Scuba to earn additional revenue, click on their website where it is, click on it, you know, if they've got a link to a certain product, click on that, and then they will hopefully see some ad revenue from that. So again, just doing that will help everything out. And also YouTube. If they've got a YouTube channel, if it's a YouTube individual, click on their videos. Don't click the skip bar. Let all the ads run through so then they get as much ad revenue through their channel as much as possible. And on the note of YouTube, I'm now going to talk about my favorite YouTubers. So the first two are completely and utterly shameless plugs. The first one is Safe Diving. So this is from a YouTuber called Mark Newman. I don't know if you've heard of him. Basically, we've got a lot of time now at home. Obviously, we're still filming at Simply Scuba, but you know, we're not going out as much, we're not shopping, we're not going to the cinema. So what Mark is now planning to do, he has his own separate channel, which he uses to comment on these videos if he's away or something. But now he's going to potentially within the next couple of weeks start uploading his own videos. So they're not going to be obviously tied to Simply Scuba. So there potentially could be more honest and more about his opinions about certain topics, which is really, really good because the world needs more honesty when it comes to scuba diving. So go check that out. What we're trying to do, what I want to do, is at least get Safe Diving up to 1,000 subscribers so then we can start hitting that advertisement mark. So if you want to do Mark a solid, you want to help him out, go over to Safe Diving. It'll be linked in the comments below. And then hit that subscribe button. And as I say, in a couple of weeks' time, he should be filming and releasing videos. Another shameless plug, of course, is going to be my channel. Now, it's not going to be scuba diving. It's called Shaun Johnson. There's nothing fancy about that. But if you're like hiking, if you like cycling, if you like adventure stuff, I'm going to start working on that. Some tricks, tips, and advice, and then maybe some vlog style things as well. So if you could do me a solid and go over to my channel, which is again pinned in the comments below, hit that subscribe button as well. If I can get 1,000, that will be aces. If not, don't worry about it. You don't have to. I know this is a scuba diving channel, so that's why I would recommend definitely heading over to Safe Diving. So the next channel I want to talk about is 50 Feet Below. These guys are absolutely awesome. They've been, they had a bit of a hiatus last year. Didn't film so much because they're working on a yacht and their own yacht YouTube channel, which you also should definitely go check out, which you can do from their main site. They offer amazing tips. They give great advice and they do awesome reviews. I'm actually a little bit jealous about their whole setup that they've got at the moment. It looks really, really sharp. So yeah, definitely go check out those guys. And the next one is going to be Divers Ready. They're a standard. They're absolutely a massive channel that has really come across and has grown bigger over the past year. Again, they offer amazing advice. They're doing great product reviews and also doing just general advice tips as well. And also as well, you can hopefully, fingers crossed, go diving with them this year or later next year. I haven't quite checked into that. But yeah, go check out Divers Ready. The knowledge that the guys knows is beyond amazing. You know, I think he might even be slightly better than Mark. But you didn't hear that from me. And if you're listening to Mark, I do apologise. So yeah, go check them out. Next channel is called Scuba Kitty. We have obviously mentioned her several times before on the channel. If you're a young person getting into diving or if you're new to diving, go check out her channel. Again, she does tips, advice, eco-friendly stuff. Yeah, for the younger generation, her channel is absolutely brilliant. So go check her out. Girls That Scuba, obviously the female scuba diving network. They've just started their own YouTube channel. They've got great advice on there, reviews, interviews to do with all things to do with female scuba diving. So go check them out. Go give them some love over there. What next? Behind the Mask. Again, it's kind of like Divers Ready. Absolutely superb quality of videos. They showcase obviously scuba diving, but they also talk about tricks and tips, filming, generally anything to do with scuba diving. Those guys have got it on their channel. So yeah, go give them some love as well. Obviously got Dive Saga. Again, they do reviews. They talk about diving. They do tricks and tips. You know, again, a lot of these channels, they have similar, or it might sound like they have similar, you know, videos, but all their styles are completely different. Their presenting is completely different, and how they perceive themselves are completely different. So definitely go check out that. Obviously, you want the classic Alec Pearce. If you want to really home in on vintage scuba diving, that channel is an absolute must. Obviously, again, you got Late Hickory Scuba. You want to learn about scuba diving. You want the proper graph scuba diving. There you go. Lake Hickory are absolutely fantastic. They're to the point about scuba diving, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and it's absolutely fantastic. And again, they've done some bits with Divers Ready as well. They've crossed paths, which is also amazing. You've got Curtis La. His channel is amazing as well. His footage that he shoots is absolutely breathtaking. And you've obviously got Inner Space Explorers. So those guys are fantastic. So they are kind of my top scuba divers that I would recommend you follow. 90% of you probably already do, or if not 100% of you already do follow those channels. So definitely go check them out. All of the links to those channels are pinned below. And also in that pinned comment, if you yourself want to promote your YouTube channel, or if you know a channel that we, you know, might be under the radar, or we just haven't mentioned, say like Youngbloods or something like that, pin their channel link in that, you know, in the pinned comment down there, and then share it with everyone else. So then while we're in quarantine, while we're working from home, you know, we want something in the background, we can look at these channels. Again, they got adverts, don't skip them. So it's going to help their ad revenue. And again, hopefully we can keep everything afloat. So yeah, just put your, you know, your favorite YouTubers and link their channels in the comments below. So that's kind of that. Should we say, I'm going to now do the ad read for Teesprings, and then I'm pretty much just going to round up the show. So, what's the most important thing scuba loves? I'll start that again. Now, what is the most important thing scuba divers love to do when they're not scuba diving? Well, it's telling people that they are a scuba diver, and the most common way of doing this is with a cool tee. And guess what? Our very own Teespring store features lots of tees, stickers, hoodies, and even socks that will let everyone know that you are, in fact, a scuba diver. To view our whole range, just head over to teesprings.com/stores/simplyscuba, or click the pinned link below. So yeah, check out there. We've got loads of our own retail kind of apparel. So dive, life looks better underwater. Our Flappy Snag Hazard t-shirt, that's one of our hot sellers. Our version of Narcosis t-shirt, that's on there. That's one of our hot sellers. So yeah, go over there. If you like one of our t-shirts, again, it will be greatly appreciated if you put an order through for us. And that's pretty much the ad read. So I'm going to round up the episode. So I do apologise that it's been a bit all higgledy-piggledy. It's all a bit over there at the moment. One, it's a bit annoying and a bit lonely talking to your camera to yourself. There's no much... Again, Deco Stop was all about back and forth. And unfortunately, when there's one of you, there is pretty much no back and forth. But next week, Mark will be back. He won't be here in this room with me, but we're going to do a split screen. We're going to film together. So yeah, there'll be some back and forth in there. So with that in mind, obviously I've not done comments this week. Put your scuba diving comments and queries in this video or in pretty much any other video on our YouTube channel. I'll pick it up. I'll put it in the comments section, and then Mark, he will be able to answer your questions. Hopefully, if they're good, they have to be about scuba diving, so make sure that you do that. So yeah, just put your comments in or your questions, in the comments below. And again, I just want to thank everyone who's sticking by with us. Still continuing watching the channel, still ordering from Simply Scuba, Simply Hike, Simply Swim, Simply Beach. It is greatly appreciated in these tough times. So a massive thank you to everyone. And also as well, thanks to everyone who's watching this now with me rambling, or listening, should I say, in the world of the podcast, hearing me ramble on about random stuff like that. So I just want to say thank you very much. And yeah, again, Mark will be back next week. Stay safe out there, everyone. Don't go out unless you need to. And if you can go scuba diving, just be safe, all right? If you're in one of those areas that has no shutdowns or lockdowns, just do social distancing, keep yourself safe. Yeah, and then hopefully, in a month or so's time, or 2 or 3 months' time, hopefully, we'll all be out of this. The scuba diving world will blossom again, and then we can all basically just get back to normality. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for watching on YouTube. Stay safe, and as always, stay classy, scuba divers.
The Deco Stop podcast is produced and recorded by Simply Scuba, the UK's #1 dive store. Visit today at simplyscuba.com. Hopefully we can create and we can film more stories like that to spread and, to share around the world.
It's just next level. Isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Right, next one.
Okay.
So this is from Safe Diving. I'm taking over this question. Right. So Safe Diving, I've never heard of this guy. He sounds pretty dodgy.
Has he got a beard?
I think
is
so.
He